please let me know. I may not notice. And I can swap to using a different mic source. I also went back and looked at the video for my previous stream, and the music playing in the background was alright. So I'm gonna continue that this time. And let me pull up chat here so I can see. Alright, I think I should be able to see chat now. So I got kind of a base cut going earlier. There's definitely like improvement and changes that need to happen. I definitely need to make her face a bit more visible. So I'm probably gonna shorten some of these front layers some. This is all the yarn that I cut off of, well, not all of it, a good chunk of it that I cut off her wig already. So we have done a lot of trimming so far. Oh, hi, Isabella. Oh, let me make sure we don't get double audio going here. And thanks. It's not exactly what I had in my head, but I'm also not mad about it, if that makes sense. And this isn't all of it. I've got some of her full long layers in little clippies, so I make sure I don't cut them. But I definitely wanted to rest up a little bit before I worked on her hair around her face, because I did not want tiredness to seep in and make me do a bad job. But I definitely want to be able to see her pretty face. These are some new hair gizmos I got a while back that I just never had a chance to try out, but it looks like it. Maybe they actually work. Nice. They are for keeping hair out of the way, like if you're doing cutting in there, you know, it's short hair. Oh yeah, totally. I can, it's within arm's reach. I'll show you a different wig that I made that was sort of the initial inspiration for this one. So I made this monster of a floof, and I very intentionally made it like really big and really comical and thick. I haven't cut it at all. But unfortunately, the yarn that I got for the colors for her, I had to flat iron it, so I lost a lot of this lovely texture. So it's kind of changed what I've ended up being able to do with her. But, you know, it's still, you know, I still like it alright, I suppose. I tend to be a big fan of the big hair. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to like free her face up some. And I haven't decided yet, but I might be braver and try to make the top part of her hair a lot shorter. But I don't know. I'm just gonna start with her face and see where we end up. I haven't made a ton of wigs before, but I think my biggest concern is like I don't want to accidentally cut her resin while I'm doing this. So I gotta be real careful. And if the music is loud or annoying at some point, feel free to let me know. I'm kind of experimenting with my setup a little bit. This isn't really my favorite music, but it's royalty free, and that's what we're going for. I don't want my stream to get, knocked. Normally when I work on dolls, I have a very specific character in mind, and for this, she doesn't have a character, so this is really weird for me. Yeah, I intend for it to be only slight sound. The music itself is like I'm not worried about copyrights. It's music that's meant to be used for streaming, so I just don't want it to be like annoying. I had some feedback that was like, "Oh, it'd be nice if you had something playing in the back of your streams." And I was like, "Okay, I'll do that then." Let me catch up with what you wrote here. Yeah, I mean everybody collects and does this hobby in their own sort of way. I've got friends that don't do characters at all. Some of them, their dolls are literally just bodies to make things for. Um, they have aesthetics that they like and that kind of thing. But there's n- nothing really outside of that. I've also had friends that the way they do this hobby is they just collect full sets, and when they get tired of them, they sell them, and that's just how they do. I happen to have um, a bunch of different dolls, and a majority of them all are specific characters in specific stories that I have going on. Oh, nice. I've never really been brave enough to sculpt any heads, but I I don't really have an idea of something that I'd want that's not already out there as far as heads go. I'm more of a prop kind of person, or like I've sculpted uh like masks and stuff for my dolls. I never finished them necessarily, but I did the thing. I do feel like sculpting like a whole doll would be a lot of fun, but it also would be um, a lot of work, and I feel like I'd be a bit lost in regards to like how to make the joints work really well. It's just something that I'm not personally motivated to do. Mm. Yeah, I don't really draw so much anymore. I used to draw quite a bit, but I mostly kind of drew in sort of anime kind of style, which doesn't really have a lot of, you know, specific facial feature kind of thing, I suppose. I think if I did get super specific to where like I really want, this exact look I'm going for, I'd probably do the whole shebang. I mean, a lot of the companies I like are really going routes that don't don't do it for me. So who knows? Oh yes, I would love to talk about my Malice Meeser dolls. I guess a little bit of history. So that's like my favorite band in existence ever. It's never going to be topped. I've been into that band since around 99. Um, so like I was super heartbroken when they broke up. I followed Mana and his other projects afterwards. Um, so like I super love it. Um, I've got um, a doll for each of the main Malice Muser band members. well, sorry, I suppose I should say the Gact era band members. I didn't do any of the other members like the Voyage where Tetsu and stuff was around. And I don't have one for Klaha for Baranosedo and all that. I like the music and the things they did in those other eras, but the Gact era was my favorite. Even though I really don't like Gact. But my one of my favorite performances and songs of theirs is Le Ciel from the Merveille live performance. So that's kind of where I started with what I'm doing with the dolls. So I have completed Mana's setup with that. So he's got the wings and the wig and the outfit and everything. And I was actually fortunate enough to get to meet Mana with my little dolly done. And this was before the Volks collab thing happened. And he really liked my dolly. Put him on his Twitter and stuff. It was cool. Eventually, I want to do a lot of their outfits and stuff. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old. I mean, I was really young when that was the case, or when they were still together. But yeah, I've gotten to meet Mana twice. It's pretty cool stuff. For the other band members, so Mana is a Minifee Seorin. And I had the doll for quite a while before I got it in my head I was gonna do this lacy outfit, because like I always wanted to do it, but there were so many technical issues with the project that I was like, I just don't know how I'm gonna do this. And then this was the second time Mana came into town. I was like, he's gonna be here. I might not ever get this chance again. I'm gonna do the dang thing. And in 2 months, I from scratch made his wig, his wings, did his face up, made his whole outfit. Like the only thing I didn't make was his boots. I mean, I just like non-stop. I barely slept. I worked and I went to work and I worked on, Mini Mana so he could be ready to bring to the signing and stuff. And boy, did it work out. That was like one of the harder things I've ever done, but it was so worth it. Super worth it. Oh yeah, I have quite the collection. I don't remember how many dolls I have at this point, but I have a ton of extra heads. Luckily, they all don't need bodies. Thank goodness. I so I used to like doing photo stories with my dolls, and my characters, like for how they work. Sometimes I like having different face ups for them. Like one of my characters is a drag queen, so like he's got a bunch of heads. So luckily, I do have a ton of heads, but luckily I don't need necessarily a ton of bodies. Yeah, Mana actually got me into BJDs. surprisingly enough. I found a picture of a Volks doll that was done up like Mana, and I was like, wait, what? That to put it lightly, I didn't think it was done well enough, and I wanted to do better. And I didn't know what a BJD was at the time, and then I did some research, and I learned about Volks and all of that business, and Unoa and Lutz, and I super loved the L sculpt. But I was, at the time, a broke high schooler, so, you know, BJD was not in the cards. Plus, it was also, like, way more difficult to get dolls back then. Like, there was no way I was going to be able to spend $400 or $500 on a doll, and, you know, this rando website that, you know, I didn't know anybody that knew about any of this stuff at all, so I had no idea how valid it was and all that type of thing. So I just kind of dreamed about being in the BJD hobby for around 10 years. And did my college thing and my job thing, and I eventually got one at a convention, an unexpected purchase. But I was hooked, for sure. The best part is, like, I had already moved to Seattle at that point, and I didn't realize that there was such a big community here. I mean, it was like a jackpot. Yeah, I've definitely gone through lots of phases with this hobby and, like, exactly how I enjoy it and what I'm doing with it. I used to do a BJD, like, YouTube channel with someone else, and that was really cool while it lasted. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah, and, like, the community here has changed a lot since I first started doing stuff here too, which was back around 2009 or so. 'Cause, like, we used to have monthly doll meets, and there'd be 80 dolls. You know, on our most busy, there were like 80 dolls there. I miss those days for sure. But also, like, pandemic, COVID, you know, gotta be responsible. Oh, sorry, I feel like I keep ADD, like, jumping around to stuff, but back to the mini miser dolls. So Mana is a mini Fee Seorin. I don't know how familiar you are with Fairyland stuff, but they're all Fairyland dolls. Gact is a mini Fee L. Koji is a mini Fee Tika. Yuki is a What is he? He's not. He was gonna be a Ruth, Minifee Ruth, but Ruth was discontinued at that point and really difficult to get, so I chose a different sculpt. Gosh, I can't remember the name of his sculpt. I'll try to find it later. And actually, sorry, Kami is actually an Unoa. I've got him on a Minifee body, but he's using I think it's a BL faceplate, just because like I don't know. I always think of Kami as being this really sweet guy, and BL is such a really sweet face. Oh yeah, Alan. I definitely like Alan a lot better in owner pictures than I did in the Fairyland pictures. But Fairyland is definitely. I don't know if they've just got like new sculptors or what exactly, but excuse me, they're changing directions with what they're doing, and I'm not the biggest fan, but I also like I've got pretty much all of my characters all fleshed out and stuff, so like I don't really need a lot more dolls other than if, I find something pretty that I want to do something with, like this girl. She was completely impromptu. I was not even the slightest aware of Maddybears before I got this girl. But she's really adorable. Yeah, it was so sad when Kami died. He definitely seemed like the cute, everyone wants to protect this one, you know, person of the group. Everyone loved him. I've got quite a few, multiple heads from my Minimizer guys too, so that way I can do all the different makeup looks that they have. Yeah, for me, it definitely helped that there were Maddybear dolls there that were painted, because they're for compared to most of my collection, their features are pretty exaggerated compared to what I normally go after. So, um, it was pretty amazing to me to see how versatile such an eccentric, not eccentric, how versatile such a stylistic sculpt could be. So, I love that it sounded like there were so many, like, at least aware of Visual K and stuff in the Discord that gave me all the warm fuzzies. I don't feel like I've really run into many people that knew about it, much less, like the stuff. It's very, very cool. I'll change cameras because maybe that'll be a little bit better. Oh, yeah, sure. I definitely like, just because I bought a doll doesn't mean that someone else should by any means. This also kind of was me sort of stepping back into the hobby again. I had stepped away from it a lot during the pandemic. And so it was nice to get this girl and be excited about working on her. And I think I'm going to actually have this be a bit of a group collaboration between me and some other friends. Because, like, one friend I'm going to have do the face up, and another friend might make her shoes, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. And, you know, I'm working on her wig. Like, especially when it comes to Malice Muser, like, I'm extremely into them. Like, I have DVDs of theirs, I've got CDs of theirs, books of theirs, like, yeah. Like, when they had their 25th year anniversary show, I was so close to going. But I chose not to. I don't know why I chose not to, but I kind of wish I had gone, but I did get the DVD, and since I couldn't go to the actual show, I had some friends that are into VK that came over, and like we actually did like a watch of it together. That was a lot of fun. I used to cosplay Mana a lot too, but not so much anymore. I'm kind of old now. There we go. Now we can see her face. Now her eyes aren't hidden. I thought there was. Oh, maybe it's just Gakt's music that's on like Apple Music. Oh man, if you do cosplay Mana at some point, do let me know. I would love to like both do Mana cosplays and like take photos and stuff. It'd be a lot of fun. I've only done a couple of its costumes. I've done like Modus Moi era Mana. I've done the concert Lysiel outfit, and I've done the PV Lysiel outfit. But that's it. I've got some Moitié, but I don't think I could put it on. Oh, thanks. I like listening to Gakt's solo stuff too. I really like his voice. He's just kind of an awful person. So I kind of struggle with like, well, I want to listen, but also like, he's awful. My Mana cosplays that I have, some of the parts of it I made myself, but some parts were definitely like kit bashed together. Like the the PV Laciel outfit I made. That was a wedding dress I bought off of eBay that I super duper modified. But like the headdress and the feather collar, like I made myself. Which, do you know what outfit you want to do? Yeah, it's true. I get in my modes where it's like, yep, that is what I want to listen to at the moment. Ooh, au revoir, the big lily flower. That one's a cute one. I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I would make varying ones of his outfits because I want to make like all the outfits for my dolls at some point. Um, but at this rate, I will not do them all in my lifetime for how long it's taken so far. But yeah, that one would be parts of it would be easy, parts of it would be really challenging. For my dolls, I think after I finish the Lyciel Live outfits, I think I want to do the Cyberland, like the concert Cyberland outfits because they're just so fun in circus. Do something a little silly, not so dramatic. Oh man, if you want to have like a watching party of that stuff, I would absolutely sit on the couch and watch it with you. Oh, yeah, there's a lot there. Like I love the theatrics of the stuff they've done. Like kind of their takes on Alice in Wonderland and Dracula. Like they've got movies that they made. They weren't good movies, but they did them. I could just go on and on and on about them. Yeah, let's do it. I don't know where exactly you are, and obviously, like, we're sort of live on the internet right now, but we can coordinate all that later. One of my bucket life goals was to actually go to Harajuku with my Mana cosplay and do like a photo shoot. Yeah, yeah. So they oh gosh, I'm reaching into the archives of my brain. I haven't thought about those in a while. So they did a movie called Bel Air, and the visuals of it are like the Bel Air music video. They have snippets from the movie in that music video, and it's like Mana is a maid in it, but he's also like a prostitute. Cozy is a fortune teller and a jester. Yuki is just like this side guy. um, uh, Gact is like the main character, and there's a girl that's, you know, the love interest or whatever, and uh there's they're not good movies, but there's some really funny parts in it. um there's also another movie where it's basically like Malice Meeser's version of um Dracula, kind of. Mana is like a nun, like an evil nun that's also like a vampire. uh, it's so bad, but so good all at the same time. um, yeah. I haven't watched them in a long time, so we could have that on the playlist. Oh yeah, for sure. I've also got they did different like fan events, um, and I've got videos of those too. I don't know if you so we've only talked about Valis Meeser, but Mana also, his, I guess, current band is Moidus Moi, which I like them too, but I don't like them nearly as much. They're not really very theatrical, um, but I also have some dolls for them too. too. What's your favorite song of theirs? Malice Muser. So I definitely think I'm gonna go shorter with this wig. For real, I super agree. What about Voyage? Like that album? I know Tetsu's voice isn't for everybody, but I like him sometimes. But I don't know, say it was such a beautiful concert too. No, ma'am. Good girl. I hope this wig comes across as nice in photos as it does in person. Like, the colors are just, oh, I am so pleased with this. Like, I know my eyeballs are looking at it, but it looks Photoshop. Yeah, I can't really think of a song that I don't like either. I mean, I guess, like, there's a solo that, a bass solo that Yuki did that, I could live without it, but bass isn't really my thing. Like, it's all, like, artsy and weird and stuff, which I'm not against. But if we're just talking about, like, I'm gonna turn on some music, it's not really what I'm gonna turn on. I wish I could remember how I found Malice Meeser. I'm pretty sure I just it was like sort of organic because I think I had found like Mook via anime opening themes, and then like it was like what was it, Napster or whatever. Like there was like someone just had a whole folder of Japanese music and it included Malice Meeser. And I was like, oh, I like this. And then I found the visuals of it. Hey Adonis, how's it going? Talking Visual K and working on a wig. It's so nice getting to geek out about this stuff. I don't really do that ever. Oh, what are some of the other bands you like? Because there are other ones that I like too. Alright, I'm going to take the rest of her hair down now. Oh, gotcha. There we go. Yeah, that's way better than it was before. Let me turn this light off. Oh yeah, I love bucktick. They got a good sound. Cool. I know of the name Gazette, but I don't know that I know any of their music. Cause I think they were a thing way later, and I was very like, you know, into the old bands and stuff that I liked. So like, once sort of the new wave of bands started coming around, like Cafe and all that, was Phantasmagoria. I was just like, this isn't for me. Yeah, Miyabi and Plastic Tree, Lorraine. Gosh, what are some other ones? Duran Gray. How could I forget them? I have actually gotten to see Duran Gray live before. That was a really good show. I got to see Miyabi before too. That was a really good show. Oh yeah, Versailles. Versailles was great. Oh, I don't know that I don't know Acme. Whew, man. Oh, sorry, kitten. Didn't mean to scare you. I am very pleased with this wig. I'll probably do a little bit more chopping on it, but for now I think she's pretty good. There it is. What did I do with the doll stand? I'm probably going to make another one of these kinds of wigs, but a little different style for my star, my pastel rainbow dragon. Yeah, she's really cute. Oh, thanks, Adonis. Since we've been talking about Malice Meeser so much, because it will give me an opportunity to stand up, I'll take the camera and I'll show you my mini miser dollies. The camera angle might not be the greatest because I can't. The camera doesn't have like a viewfinder or anything, so I'm just kind of guessing, but I figure it could be fun. So this guy is Yuki, and I've already got his wig done. I didn't make this wig completely. I just modified a milk white one that I had. And obviously I have to make his outfit, but you know, I had to put a cape on him because he always plays a vampire and stuff. So I cannot remember what sculpt he is though. But then there's Mini Mana, and I made everything from scratch. I'm gonna remake this thing, the feather parts, one day. I might remake his wig at some point too, but I don't know. Mana already approved, so maybe I just leave it alone. Don't need to. But then I've got Gact, and I've got his wig done, and I made the wings for him. Obviously, I need to do the outfit. And Kami, and I got his wig done. His I made from scratch. It's a yarn wig too. And then Cozy, his wig is done, and his is actually two-part. His can be just a fur wig, but also I made the feathery bits be able to attach to. So, yeah. This is my book of reference I'm working off of. Actually, earlier I was looking at, so the next part for my Minimizer project is to finish making all their wings. So I've still got to make Yuki's, Cozy's, and Kami's. But I remembered that Doll Chateau has some bone wings, and so actually tonight I found someone selling them, so I'm gonna actually modify some Doll Chateau wings for these bone wings, just because like I like the design of those better than these. I mean, I'm still gonna incorporate like the faded spray painted black plastic to those wings, but yeah. And then I've got patterns made for their other wings. And some of the materials. I just have to do it. I'm really not looking forward to making these, so I haven't done it yet. Hopefully this is not too loud. Actually, I'm going to mute real quick. Okay, there we go. I didn't want to blow your ears out clipping the camera back into the stand. Oh, thanks. Yeah, have you, as far as funny interviews go, have you ever seen Gact's Utaban interviews? They're so funny. Where he pretends, I don't know if that's the ones you're talking about, where he pretends to be a vampire and, that he's hundreds of years old, and there's all these running jokes about him cooking pork belly and oh, I don't remember where I got the book. A lot of the memorabilia I have, I've had for so long. I want to guess that I probably got it off of maybe eBay? Long time ago, maybe. I actually have a Merve Tour booklet that has like all of their signatures on it. That was a really cool find. I'm pretty sure it's legit too. But even if it's not, I'm going to pretend that it is. But I'm pretty sure it is a legit thing. Oh yeah, the fishing one's good. I'll try to find links to the Utaban interviews. They are so funny. Super funny. Now I have a huge mess to clean up. Oof. I don't want to. This is like a huge long table and it's just filled with stuff and there's bits of yarn everywhere. I don't really tend to do cosplay anymore, but I've got my cosplay wigs up in here too. They make me smile when I look at them. I gotta figure out what to do with all this extra yarn too. And I would love to figure out an easier way to brush out wefts. It's like my least favorite part of the whole process. It's less bad with this rubber mat that I have on the table. I kind of hate the sound of the scratching of the pet brush. I'm gonna start tidying up stuff, but if you're gonna hang out and still want to chat about stuff, I'm super down for that. It's really cool to get to talk about and reminisce about a lot of this stuff. I don't know a lot of people that are, actually really into any of it. Or currently into it, I suppose. If that makes sense. Oh, Breath of the Wild Zelda. Ooh, Hal from Howl's Moving Castle. Good choices. Actually, I've got did you see the Howl castle? The Howl jackets that Sapphire BJD made? I got some of those, and I want to do Howl cosplay with some of my dolls. I've got some dolls that like what they do is cosplay characters. Like I don't want a dedicated character a dedicated doll for some characters, but I do want to have it as a project and do a doll up as it, right? If that makes sense. It kind of depends. So you asked how long does it take me to create a doll? So, it depends on like what it is and what the concept is. I mean, all of this stuff I've been doing. I've been into this hobby since 2009. So, but like for example, this wig that I'm working on, I started that wig from scratch. Was it Friday? I did it over the weekend. But I pretty much only did that for the weekend, so it was time consuming, but well worth it. 'Cause like, where could I buy a wig like that? I can't. I'm not really great at sewing. But if I'm sufficiently motivated, I guess a time frame I could give is like, um, you know, my Mana doll that I did his wig, face up, his complete outfit from scratch, his wings from scratch. The only thing of his I didn't make was his boots and the doll itself, of course. But I did that over the course of like 2 months of non-stop work. See, your comment about having Elle cosplay as a doll being too simple of a concept. One of my favorite things about cosplay is when someone does a simple cosplay really well. Like, you get to the little details and the mannerisms and the posing, and that really adds that extra, oh my god, to that project. So like, um yeah, just knowing the character really well and, you know, doing all the poses just right, or having that one little accessory just right, or, you know, knowing their story really well. So like if another character comes up to you, you can interact in a way that is how that character would, and it's entertaining. I don't know. Complexity shouldn't be the marker for if a cosplay is going to be good or not. If you think you will enjoy it and it's something you want to do, then you do the dang thing. I'll grab one of the Howl jackets. I'll show you. They're really, really pretty. I want to I started trying to resource some what do you call it? Like materials for making jewelry for him, because Hal has some really nice jewelry. But it's all really detailed and all sparkly and stuff. And it, you know, fits really well, of course. Most expensive to make, huh? I never really thought about that. Uh, mm, let me noodle on that for a moment. If I'm not going to include my like full set dolls that were just from the company done this way and you pay extra because they're full sets, probably some of my unicorn, probably my MSD scale unicorn characters, just because those characters have been through multiple iterations, and I haven't like sold their previous iterations, so like I haven't really recouped any of that money. Yeah, Sapphire does really good work. She does really nice stuff. Um, yeah. Let's see. Can I get these yarn balls to fit into my yarn box? I don't think so. I think my yarn box is full. I suppose you could say my most expensive doll endeavor is all my Raukin corsets. I have nigh an embarrassing amount of them. But they're so lovely and they make me smile every time I go by them. Oh, maybe it'll fit. Hey, look at that. I think... Yeah, I think that'll fit okay. I got this really pretty blue yarn that's real shiny. I'm gonna figure out something nice to do with that. Blue is my favorite color. I need to pull out all of my doll stuff and go through and figure out what all I want to sell and what all I want to keep. I've done it before, but it's been a little while. It's time Time to do it again. I wonder if I have a little baggie I can put that in. Thanks for hanging out while I very boringly put stuff up. If there's anything you want me to show or whatever, I'm happy to pause and do that. I need to get things cleaned up enough to do another studio tour video. People have been wanting me to do it, and I'll get the studio clean, and then I'll get inspired to do a project, and it's all messy again. Such is life, huh? This is another wig I made. This is my Modus Moi mono wig. It's kind of hard to show it well because it's black, but it poofs in all the right directions to be a mono wig. I always keep my yarn labels just in case I like run out of a color and need to try to get more of it. Yeah, sure. Thanks for hanging out. I'll send you a message about some of the stuff we chatted about. I'll probably head out soon too. Just 'cause working on projects pretty hardcore like this kind of really takes it out of me, and I probably should chill out and rest a little bit. But thanks to both of you for hanging out. And I'm sure I'll get into some other project soon and stream some more. So we'll see you guys later.